What if you got to the end of today and all the work that you did today decided if you got the life of your dreams or not? Would you get the life that you want or would you not, based on what you did or didn't do? And that's what we're going to dive in and talk about today. We're going to talk about how do you approach each and every single day with intensity and focus so that you can actually go out and achieve the life you actually want. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the Daily Effort Podcast. My name is Sam, and if it's your first time listening to the show, welcome. If you've listened before, welcome back. Excited to have you back and excited for you to keep on listening. What this whole show is about, it's about uncomplicating success. It's about taking whatever success is to you and really breaking things down so that you can understand, well, how do you go out and achieve that? And for me, I'm going to be sharing stuff based on my own experience and what I have seen to work in my life. Now, have I achieved the things that I want as of yet? No, there is things that I'm still working towards. There's things that I still want to achieve, but I have achieved things so far, and I know things that work well and have helped me get here, and I want to share those things. And as I continue to go and achieve more with my life, I'm going to keep sharing what's working so that you can take it, implement it, and then go out and achieve the things that you want if you're willing to do the work. And when it comes down to success, while it is difficult to achieve the life that you want and reach whatever it is that you want, it is simple. It comes down to simple tasks you need to do on a daily basis that'll get you to where you want to go. And that's why the whole podcast is called the Daily Effort Podcast. It's because we're talking about, okay, what are those daily efforts that you need to do to get to where you want to go? So that's the whole purpose of this podcast and what you can expect from here. Now, if you get value from an episode, all I ask is that you share it on social media, share it with a friend. I don't do any ads here, so the only way that I'm able to grow is if you go out and share it. And I know a lot of you that have been listening have been doing that, and I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me because, just seeing people listen and then go out and share it and get value from it, it blows me away. It's very humbling for me. And if you're listening for the first time, and those of you who have listened before, you know what I'm probably about to dive into, but when it comes to how often I roll episodes out, I'll be rolling out episodes every Monday at 5 a.m. Central Time. So there will be an episode that goes on YouTube. So we're there. We're also on Spotify and also Apple as well. So you can listen on any one of those platforms because we're really available there. Now, diving into what we're going to talk about today, because I know I posed a question earlier at the beginning of this episode, just really about if you got to the end of today and the work you did today, decided if you got the life of your dreams or not, would you get that life or would you not? And it's so easy on a daily basis to get distracted by certain things and get caught up and lose focus on what we're actually working towards. And what I really want to do today is talk about, when you feel like you're caught in a just kind of doing things but not going anywhere, like how do you get out of that? Now this is going to be targeted towards people who've already set their goals and everything like that. If you haven't set a goal as of yet, I've done a whole episode about this. You can go back and listen to it, and it's very clearly titled as far as how to set goals. But you need to make sure you set a goal. But if you have a goal, there's going to be a time where you're working towards it and you're like, man, I know I'm doing the things necessary to get to the goal, but I feel like I'm just caught in this never-ending cycle, and it's not going bad, but it's not going good. It's somewhere in the middle, and I really don't know what to think of it. And it's and you kind of have focus, but you don't. It's for those of you if you've been working towards a goal for a little while, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who maybe have started working towards specific goals, maybe you've experienced this as well. But I have a couple things that are going to help out with that, and I'm also going to give you my morning routine that I will do that helps me stay locked in more so throughout the day and just keeps my focus a lot higher, because I'm a firm believer that how you start your day will dictate a lot of how the rest of the day goes at times. Not to say that you can't shift throughout the day and make the day better, or the day can go a little bit worse depending on what you do. So I'm gonna start to talk about that just a little bit. But the first thing that I'll say, and this is gonna dive me into a little bit of my morning routine to a degree. But if you're going to execute with focus and intensity on a daily basis, well, you got to know what you got to know what to focus on. It's like, well, you got to know like what you're working towards. And so much of the time when we're caught up in feeling like we're not really going anywhere, or why are we doing what we're doing? Because a lot of times, like when we're caught in this little weird in-between stage, that's a lot of what we're feeling. We're feeling like, I feel like I'm not going anywhere, or I don't know why I'm doing these things. I get up and every single day is exactly the same, and it's not fun, and I know I need to do these things, but I don't know if it's worth it. Well, this is a sign that we need to be better about reminding ourselves of what we're actually working towards. So I don't know if you have a morning routine at all, and I'm not saying that you have to do a whole bunch of things for a morning routine. And I know I'm talking about a morning routine as we've just come off of a trend where I think it was Ashton Hall was starting his day out with, dipping his face in the ice cold water and everything like that. Whatever. It's like with this a morning routine is important. However, it does not have to take a lot of time. I'm not saying that you should take 2 or 3 or 4 hours before you start your day from a work perspective, because when it comes down to a morning routine, most of the time mine's lasting about 30-40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, and then boom, I'm like starting to get into the day at least from a workout perspective. You could say that my workout is a part of my morning routine. However, it's a little different. It's like that's just something else I do that just keeps my overall body and mind in shape. But when it comes down to a morning routine, one thing you should really make sure you do is you should get in a habit of writing your goals down every single day. So write down your goals every single day. Now, why I say that, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. If you're going to execute with focus and intensity and intent on a daily basis, and I didn't add that one in earlier, but I will add it in now, but executing every single task with intent, well, then you need to know what you're actually working towards. You have to have an aim. It's like you have to have a target you're going for. It's like you have to, because so much of the time we will go and do things and we're not sure where it's working, like taking us to, because here's the thing. Everything that you do on a daily basis is taking you somewhere. It's creating some type of an outcome, whether it's the outcome that you want or it's the outcome that you don't want. It really just depends. So with this piece, we want to make sure that the things we're executing on are taking us to where we want to go. So by writing your goals down every single day, it allows you to start your day. And I recommend doing this in the morning. It doesn't take a lot of time, less than 5 minutes, less than 3 minutes, potentially less than 2, depending on the goals. But by writing it down, you can go into your day and you know the things that you have coming up. And in this also, what this does, by writing your goals down like first thing in the morning, it puts it at the front of your mind. And your goals should stay at the front of your mind, because all throughout the day, there's going to be things that pop up. There's going to be opportunities that pop up for you that will really help you edge a little closer to your goal. There will also be, and it's still an opportunity, there will be certain opportunities that could potentially distract you from getting to your goal. And I still say the distraction is an opportunity, because it's an opportunity to exercise discipline in some type of aspect or develop some type of a skill set, the ability to say no. So it still is an opportunity for you to grow and get better. Everything's an opportunity for you to grow and get better. It's just dependent upon if you view it that way or if you don't really view it that way. So by writing the goals down, you'll go into your day, you'll know what you need to focus on from a standpoint of like, you'll start to think about, okay, what are the things that are going to help me get to this goal? And you'll start to pay attention more throughout the day of things that will help you edge towards it. But then also you'll execute each task with better intent on a daily basis, because if you have a goal, you should know the plan. Then lastly, it's like as things come up throughout the day, it's like there will be opportunities all throughout the day for you to do certain things to edge closer to that goal. And it seems like such a simple thing, yet I was having a conversation with some people this morning, and by this morning, I'm recording this on Sunday evening, and I do this coffee chat every single morning, and I'd ask this question of, who writes down their goals at the start of their day? And to my knowledge, no one really raised their hand. And it's something that we should all do. And it just hit me because I'm like, man, I think that is I've been doing that since 2019, and it seems like a very simple thing to me. And it is, but I forget a lot of the things that I do, I should be sharing, because that's the purpose of this podcast, because it has helped me. It's like a lot of the goals that I've achieved already, things that I've gotten that I wanted in life, well, I had been writing those down for a long time. For example, I had for a long time wanted to come work at First Form headquarters, okay? Well, that was a goal. I'd written it down for a very long time. That's already achieved. I also had been writing down to get a house. It's like, okay, that's already achieved. It's like I'd been writing down to get a specific truck. It's like, well, that was achieved years ago. So I start to write these things down, and I know it's like as I'm writing them down, I will get those things. It's like, it's not a matter of if, I will. I can look at the past and see that it's going to happen. For a fact, it will happen. And you need the same confidence for yourself that it will happen. And I'm not saying that writing your goals down every single day in of itself will get you to the goal, because look, you still have to do specific things to get to the goal. It's like you still have to take and execute upon specific actions that will get you there. No different than, let's say you have a fitness goal. Just because you write down, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year, doesn't mean that you get to go out and eat however you want. It doesn't mean that you get to go out and not work out, because if you do all of that, well, then you're not going to lose the 50 pounds. So just remember that. It's like, by writing this down, it doesn't mean you'll get to the goal, but it will help for those of you who are focused, which I know everybody that listens is focused. It's like on their goals. By writing it down, it'll help you to execute upon your daily task with more intent and set you up for better success, and keep your goals at the forefront of your mind, which they should be. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover today. Second thing that I really want to cover when it comes to really starting to execute each and every single day with more focus, intent, intensity, any word you want to plug in there. Well, I talked about how the morning sets you up for success and how a morning routine is important. And it is important. And writing my goals down is a part of it. Getting to success, and I'll dive into more of my morning routine here in a second, but getting to success is about the things that you do, but it's also about things that you don't do. And this also came up today, and I wanted to share it, but there's a lot of people who struggle with mindlessly scrolling on social media. And look, it's easy for me to fall into the trap as well, but just scrolling. And that's a struggle for a lot of people, because you have TikTok, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got Facebook, you have X, you have, I don't know, Pinterest. I know I'm missing one, but y'all get the point. It's like there's a lot of things that are just drawing for your attention. So I want to talk about, how do you stop mindlessly scrolling? And I say that and I talk about it in a bad light. It's not necessarily bad. Sometimes there's a good time for it. For example, like today when I was going to make a post, well, I searched for a certain real audio and I scrolled for a bit. It's like, but I wasn't mindlessly scrolling. I was doing it I had a purpose behind it. But someone that if they looked over my shoulder, they'd be like, oh, he's just like flipping through reels. But also it's like, if I'm like today, it's like there's a couple times that I just kind of scrolled through, my feed and just looked at stuff. There was times that I mindlessly scrolled. It wasn't for long, but I did it for a little bit. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. So we can't just view it as inherently bad, because the key word there that I use is mindlessly. It's like just scrolling. Well, if you scroll with a purpose, it's a little different. So what can happen though is we can start to waste time in the morning. We get up, first thing we check is our phone. How often do you do that? How often do you wake up in the morning and that's the first thing that you grab and you look at? Maybe you check some text messages. Maybe you check emails. Maybe you check Instagram. Well, that's not the best. That's not the best way to start your day. Truthfully, it's not. You should start your day a little different. How I approach my day, I don't look at any text messages or notifications until my morning routine is done. So I'll get up about 5 a.m. or 4:50, somewhere around in there, and I will be done with my morning routine about 5:40 or 5:50, depending on like what I do. And well, I'm not going to look at my phone until all that's done. And it's like, then I'll look at my text messages. Look, here's the thing. If there's an emergency, someone will call you. If there's a certain text message, it can wait. There's no need to answer it immediately in the morning and just get back to someone. Because guess what? It's like if you're up that early, then someone's probably not awake. And then that's the thing we got to think about. So whatever's there, it can wait. Your DMs, they can wait. Seeing who liked your post, it can wait. Seeing who commented on your post, look, it can wait. There's no need to do that. Pour into yourself before you start having energy sucked from you. And that's the key piece here. It's the purpose of what you do in the morning is to pour into yourself, because as you go throughout the day, you're going to be pouring out and not pouring in. So when it comes to this, how I approach my morning, I'm going to walk through what I do really quick, so then maybe you can take some things away to implement into your day as well. So first thing that I'll do when I wake up is obviously drink some water, but I'm going to automatically do 5 to 10 minutes of visualization every single day. Like that's something that I'll do. And I like to do it as soon as I wake up because, I maybe just got done dreaming, everything like that. So I just tend to visualize better. Right after that, I'm going to read 10 pages. That's something I do every single day. It's important to learn. I will do journaling, gratitude, and also write my goals down. Then I'm also going to do just 5 minutes of thinking. And I specifically carve this out because John Maxwell, he does a couple things on a daily basis. One of them is carve out time just to think. And I usually will take a topic and think very specifically about it, or I will just take some time to let my thoughts run. It's like, because there's usually something top of mind that I want to just think about. Then the last thing I'll do is read a chapter in my Bible. So that's what I do in the morning. That's my morning routine. Nothing crazy. Then after that, I'm going to go down to my garage and start my workout. So when it comes to this, it's not going to take that long, but those things, learning, visualizing, like seeing where I'm going, like putting myself at that end state with my goals. I talked about the power of gratitude and visualization about 2 episodes back. So that would be episode 17, I believe, and everything like that. But visualizing where you're going, learning, and then also writing down your thoughts, practicing gratitude. That's such an important thing. Again, that's episode 17, I believe, where I talked about all of that. And having time where you just think, and that's where I'm not on my phone, not on anything else. I'm just thinking. So I'll do those things, but that's my morning routine, and a lot of those things I have done for a very, very long time, and it's helped me learn at a faster rate, implement things in my life that set me up for success. And again, I don't open my phone until I'm done with it, because if you're going to execute with more intensity and focus and intent on a daily basis, you have to train yourself to do that. If you're training yourself just to pick your phone up, well, then there's going to be a time throughout the day where that's going to distract you all over again. So you have to start to set these parameters up for things that distract you and keep you from executing with all your focus on certain tasks that will allow you to get to where you want to go. So this may be for you. You don't pick your phone up in the morning and start to scroll or whatever. Maybe it's in the evening. Maybe you scroll in the evening and you waste a lot of time there, and you stay up 30 or 45 minutes later than you should, and then it goes into the next day and you're tired. Or maybe that causes you not to wake up and do your workout. Okay, well, then what you need to do is set your alarm and put your phone across the room and go to bed. It's like, stop scrolling. Then, or maybe you you're at work and you're picking your phone up and scrolling. Okay, well, then you probably need to just place it face down out of arm's reach where it doesn't catch your attention, where those notifications aren't popping up. Something I do is keep my phone on silent. There's certain people that can call through, or text messages will pop through from them. And it's not many people. It's, Amy, my wife, then, TJ, who is, my boss, and then also Aaron, who's also someone I will report to. But the people that need to come through, they can come through if they send me a text message or even call. So you can set your phone up where all of that happens, where the important people will be able to get through, and everything else that's not so important, it can wait. It can wait. And that's a big thing. We think there's on the other end with social media or other things that, it can't wait. I have to get to it now. Or there's certain things that are pulling your attention away from important tasks because you're telling yourself it is important when it is not that important. It is not a priority. There are other things that you could be doing and putting your energy into that will move you forward, that will move the needle forward. And that's the whole purpose of today, is do the things that'll move the needle forward, and the things that just completely suck your energy, that will take it before you get to the needle moving task. It's like, make sure you minimize those things. Minimize them so you have more energy on the things that will actually help you take steps forward towards the life you actually want. So with closing today, taking us back to the beginning, what if you got to the end of the day and you look back and the work you did today decided if you got the life of your dreams or not? Would you get the life that you want, or would you not? And here's the truth. Every single day, the work we do actually does decide if we get the life of our dreams or not. Because if you choose not to execute today, then that's a step backwards from where you're wanting to go. And then if you decide to do it, not execute again tomorrow, it's like, you're robbing yourself of the life that you actually want. Every single day you decide to not wake up and do the things that you're supposed to do, you are robbing yourself of the life that you say that you want. And also you're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself because you're still telling yourself in your mind that, yes, you do want that life. Yes, it is for you, but you're not doing the work required to actually get it. So when I pose that question, it's kind of a trick question, because the truth is every single day does dictate if we get the life that we want or if we don't get it. And really it's up to us to decide, do we want the life or do we not? The exciting thing is that we get to build it. So if you're going to execute with more intensity and more focus and more intent, make sure that you know where you're going. Write your goals down every single day. Like maybe you don't have to write down all of them, but write down a few of them, goals that you're working towards this year, 3 years out, 5 years out. Write those things down so they're at the forefront of your mind, and you know why you're doing what you're doing. And then lastly, stop mindlessly scrolling. If you're going to get on social media, have a purpose behind it. It's like maybe it's like you're hitting someone up, or you're making a post, but have a reason for getting on. Get on and then get off. Don't just pick up the phone and waste time and let it suck your energy when you could be putting that energy towards things that will move you forward towards the life that you actually want. Then third and final thing, implement a good morning routine. Set your day up for success. Before you start to go out and pour into other people, make sure you pour into yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And that's the thing that we got to remember. So if there's any way I can help y'all out, please let me know. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have an awesome day. Make it a good day and make it a good week. And I'll see y'all next time.